Hello, my beautiful and lovely gamers. My name is Jonal. Today, it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be more of a software review. As some of you know, I do live stream, and I'm using a software called Bebo compared to what normally people run, which is called OBS or Open Broadcasting Software. Now today is going to be a kind of comparison between Bebo, which I do believe, especially in the future, is going to be the more dominant software for live streaming, and compare it to OBS. And just in general, give you guys the pros and the cons of my personal opinion on the software. So let's begin. What I like about Bebo is the fact that it really doesn't take any processing power compared to what OBS used to do on my computer. I can run OBS, I can run Overwatch, my bad, with a much higher FPS cap than what I could run it when I used OBS. And in general, for me, that's almost a deal breaker right there. The fact that, people with the lower spec computers can stream games with higher quality and have higher FPS because it's taking less of your processors, in general taking less of your rig. For me, that's really important, and it's because, of course, they run more modern, updated encoders, at least to what I understood from the people at Bebo. On top of that, I like the fact that how Bebo is operating with their software, it's supposed to be like an all-in-one function, meaning that when I live stream, for example, to you guys, I will have my chat on my left side. So I'll have, every time you guys type in chat, I can just read it off there. Don't need a separate window. On top of that, on the right side, I will see every time someone follows or donate or subscribe to me or something like that. Every time there's or give me bits, whatever, really, as long as something that like that is happening, it get registered and I can read it in a log. So if I don't have time to react to it in the middle of the live stream, I can react to it after I'm done with a match or a round or a team fight. I can react to it right after because it's logged, and I don't have to have a browser window open or install extra plugins. And these, of course, if you have a browser open, that in itself will take processing power. Having Chrome open, for example, will take a lot of your processing power to keep those sites open. And then, well, I like that. I like the fact that everything is built in. Same with overlays. There are templates for like away, I'm going AFK or something like that, or there are some Twitch overlays which are built into Bebo, which you could just use if you want to. Everything, you don't need to use Streamlabs to get notification. Bebo has alert system. You don't need to go onto your Twitch to change what game you're playing or to change the title. You can change it directly from Bebo. So essentially you can operate everything, and in the future, when I talk to the developers of the software, in the future, more and more features will just be more and more in the app. So there will be so many more options. Of course, I can't rate that. I can't add that to my score today, but especially in the future, how they want it. They want everything to be operated straight from the app so that you don't have to use and install like third-party softwares and run websites at the side and stuff like that. And in general, I love that. That in myself is almost also a deal breaker for me, and I love that. Then it's the customer support, and of course, way in the future, 2-3 years, when Bebo most likely have blown up insanely, I cannot talk about the customer support then, but at least right now, it's really amazing. They have their own Discord server, which you can, of course, can talk to other streamers and stuff like that, which is a really great community. I'm active there from time to time, whenever I have time, and it's always fun to go in there. On top of that, they have a live help. When you ask for help in Bebo, you ask for help, and they will answer almost immediately whenever they, of course, if I ask them like 3 a.m. their time, I won't get any answers. Sometimes actually I do, but that's a different story. I think then someone isn't sleeping. But besides that, when they are active and they're online, I get answers, not from like Raj from customer support. I get a fucking one of the guys working on the project, working on the software, that is like, okay, cool, thank you for the feedback, and then they try to fix that for me. So it's the same. I reported an issue once. I reported that, my stream had frozen. In the middle of the live stream, it had frozen by the software. And like legit, like 15 minutes later, I get a message from one of the developers asking me, hey, your stream froze. I got a feedback from your client that your stream froze. Can you explain what happened? And that in itself, for me, I think that's really, really cool. That how they operate that you actually get help. And if you ever try to get customer support from OBS, that's not gonna happen. You have to go full undercover on the internet and Google your way through billions and billions of pages and trying to find out someone with a similar problem, applying their fix, hoping the fix works, instead of just talking directly to the developers. Now, of course, this software is in pre-alpha, or no, not in pre-alpha, it's in alpha, so take a lot of my complaints with the fact that it's an alpha. What am I expecting? The biggest problem is that there are bugs in an alpha, and I'm bitching about it. I've had some pretty serious bugs, at least I think. The client has frozen and crashed. It normally happens about 1.5 hours into my live stream. I know a shit ton of players don't have that bug, but I have that bug, so I'm gonna mention it for you guys. That for me sucks, that it freezes and crashes. And I had some previous bugs, so that, for example, my text wouldn't, like the chat would stop loading after a certain amount of time. That was fixed. I reported that bug, and that was fixed like 2 minutes later, which, you know, shows that they're actually doing it. But the fact that my stream is freezing and crashing, and it happens from time to time, that I personally find to be a big problem, of course, alpha. Same with, as I'm making this video, because I'm at my parents' house right now, I'm at my mom's, so I'm making this video on the same night. I just had a live stream, and I had a problem with all of a sudden Bebo opening, I think it opened like 4 duplicates of itself, and that of course dragged down my FPS. But what I had to do, I had to, after the live stream, into the live stream, I just closed Bebo, I reopened Bebo, and that fixed that problem. So that's like, you know, a weird occurring bug. I reported the bug, and you know, it hasn't. I have run some tests on my test Twitch account. It hasn't happened there, but I just want to mention that this is an alpha build. There will be bugs, there will be crashes. I personally don't like the fact that when I'm playing audio to my from my Spotify playlist, it doesn't really show how much volume my viewers can hear. That personally irritates me. But all of these like stuff, of course, the crashes are major, but it's an alpha build. So that's my biggest problem. Of course, there are also the fact that Bebo doesn't have as much customizable stuff when it comes to the settings. What happens when you do Bebo is that I'll pick Overwatch, and Bebo will take the information that my system gives about my rig, my internet speed, etc. And then it'll be like, okay, cool. So he has these specs. He's gonna run Overwatch, and okay, cool. We're gonna try to apply these settings to like how much is these amount of resources, and do this stuff in the background. And then, you know, I have some stuff that I preset. I preset the bitrate. I preset the FPS cap. And if I want my CPU or my GPU to run, you know, the specs, and then, you know, okay, I go live, and then it'll find out, okay, cool, we need to turn these down and these up. So it does a lot of the stuff in the background. I personally want to, just understand, be allowed to go behind, because I know stuff about computers. So I want to personally be allowed to customize way more about how it uses the resources of my computer, instead of having it pre-built in. I know that when I talk to develop, that's stuff that's gonna come later on. So again, it's an alpha, but it's still an issue I felt that I need to mention for you guys. And then my honest opinion, I'm not gonna stream, well, I would not have streamed if I didn't have Bebo. Essentially, that's how it is. I do not want to run third-party software. Just to think that everything is in the app just makes everything easier for me. And on top of that I can play Overwatch with 140 FPS. For me, that's amazing. That I can keep a steady high FPS rate. I love this. I love this app, and I won't go back to OBS. And this is a free software. It's free to use. You can just download it. It's fast. It's easy to set up. You just say, okay, I want audio sources, and then I want a game capture, and then I just take game capture. Then you click live, and you log in on your Twitch, and then you click live, and then you're live. That's all, and it works so well, and it's an alpha build. I really love it, and I love the community, that you can talk to developers if you want to. You can just talk to a community manager, and you can actually have proper discussion with the people. If you have any concerns, they have an open roadmap and all that stuff. So I love this software, and if you're looking to start streaming, don't be my competitor, please. I don't have that many followers, and I don't have that many viewers. But if you are, I highly recommend Bebo. Of course, as always, guys, I'm not getting paid for this. Look at my channel, look at my sub count. Does it look like I'm big enough to get sponsored to do shit? I just think that this is really great, because streaming is kind of the next big thing. At least I believe the next big thing. You know, we had YouTube blowing up, we have esport blowing up, but I believe that streaming is one of those huge things that will blow up very, very soon, and it's already on its way. We can see that from Twitch. So if you're interested in streaming, I highly recommend you get Bebo instead of OBS. It's easier for me, it's better for me, but note that it still is an alpha development, so watch out for some of the bugs and report the bugs so developers can actually help you fix them, and so you can continue developing the software into something amazing. This is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you didn't like and dislike, if you didn't subscribe if you like what I do on this channel. And as always, guys, my name has been Jonal. Stay positive, guys, and keep the enemy in your closet.